Okay, it's recording. Hi friends. I am going to make a quick video of kind of my own stretching routine. So if you're not feeling like you are stretching enough after you do the workout, so you want a little something extra, everybody's totally different and everybody has different areas of their body that are tighter than others. So a lot of these will probably be stretches that you've seen before. I'm not going to hold them as long as I normally would, so I always recommend holding your stretches a minimum of 30 seconds, because when you hit that 30-second point, more often than not, is when your muscle releases that tension. And same with foam rolling, I do recommend that. Don't roll up and down the muscle. If anyone wants me to do like a foam roll, like little tutorial video, let me know. But hold it when you find that tender spot. Kind of go slowly, find that tender spot and hold it on that tender spot until you feel that release, usually about 30 to 40 seconds. So just some standard stretches, obviously. And do this, kind of make sure you drop your arm down, because if you're just going like this, it's not going to do as much. Drop your arm down below and pull. Do that each side. Get those triceps. You want to pull just so you can see me. Do that for each side. One of my favorites, and not everybody is necessarily flexible enough to do it. Sorry, I don't want to stand up because I want you to be able to see me. This is a big one. Releases tension in your back. Make sure you're not like straining your neck when you're doing it. You just kind of have a neutral spine. If you need a little extra, you can go like that. That'll really open up the chest. You can also do this one. Okay. Leggies. I usually will do a standard hamstring stretch. And side note, I am pretty flexible. You can do some of these openers. So with this, I'm bending the same side. So opposite arm down with opposite straight leg. Doing that. Let's see, for another one for hamstrings, I usually do a hip flexor one into hamstrings. So I'll do, you can either do it standing or seating. Really stretch that hip flexor, lean back a little bit. And then with that, I will go into a hamstring stretch. You can have your foot down. I like to have mine up. And with this, you can either stretch your calves that way. I personally like to do a little bit of downward dog when I do that. This will kind of release some in your arms and legs, so I kind of like to go back and forth. That really releases the synovial joint fluid. And so I usually like to do this and kind of pedal out my feet. I don't know if you can see that. Push your heels down to the ground. When you're here, I like to do a chaturanga. Go into upward facing dog, or if you're not, you can put your quads down and you can just do a cobra. With this, I know Chris does this one. I really like doing this. Kind of get the back of the leg again. Stretch out the chest. I usually, I don't really know why I'm talking through it. Sometimes I will still do the classic, can't really see that, can you? This is like the most awkward video I've ever made. So you can either do it this way, or you can do this. I feel like it really opens up inside of your legs too. You kind of do this. I like to walk my hands a little bit. Bringing it back to my high school cheer days. You can do butterfly. Should I be Chris? Fly, fly, butterfly. I feel like that's something he would do. Let's see what else I do. You can do this crossover. I always to do this, it gets a little bit inside and it gets the glutes. Make sure you are flexing your foot to protect that ankle, and I honestly press my chest into it. So I'll do that for each side. Honestly, that's the one that always gets me. Can also do a standing version of it. typically, forewarning, I like to hold on to something when I do it. If you kind of sit into it, oops, as you can see, I'm a little wobbly, but if you are kind of holding on to something, you can sit down a little bit further. I would say those are the big ones that I normally do. So if anyone has any particular muscles that they're especially concerned about, let me know, and I can do something particular for that muscle. I'm also going to make a separate video really about recovery, how to get the best recovery for your muscles and how to refuel your muscles, especially since it is a program that's go, go, go every day. It's not like every other day. Your body really does need to refuel and recover. So I'm going to make a separate video about that and share that with you guys as well.